Thank you, Mr. President, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Ahmir Lerner, and I'm the CEO of Beit Issie Shapiro, a startup NGO in Israel that works to better the lives of people with disabilities by continuously innovating new solutions, researching them to ensure they are evidence-based, and then scaling these solutions to all populations, Jewish and Muslim, in Israel. From 2012, with our consultative status at ECOSOC, our impact has become global. The CRPD states its purpose to promote, protect, and ensure the full and equal employment of all human rights and fundamental freedoms by all persons with disabilities. We all understand what this means in regard to inclusion and participation in all facets of life: employment, leisure, politics, well-being, and others. In Israel as a state, and through the work being done at Beit Issie Shapiro, we aim to fulfill the underlying right enabling inclusion, participation, and engagement: the right to choose. This sounds obvious, and it is, but implementation is complicated and at times even counterintuitive. The right to choose requires society and government to realize that inclusion is not binary. It is more complex than either we have it or we don't. Inclusion, as we have learned about many aspects of life, is a spectrum along which people with disabilities can choose how they want to live, a spectrum along which they can shift and move as their needs and desires change. This spectrum of opportunities, of choices, needs to be created by government and society in all areas, such as employment opportunities, residential options, and educational frameworks. It is beyond an issue of legislation. It is the realization that people with disabilities, like all of us, have opinions, need to be heard, and must define the agenda. Nothing about us without us. At Beit Issie Shapiro, we are now developing a new educational model based on this realization. After talking to parents, caregivers, people with disabilities, we have decided to create a combined campus where children from infancy will be able to be in the same educational campus with a personalized inclusion and participation experience. The first stage of this project will be completed in 2 years, and from here, we intend to continue developing models in other areas that emphasize freedom of choice among a spectrum of options. We shared this model at a slide event hosted by Beit Issie Shapiro and the Harvard Law School Project on Disability on June 13th. Alongside other innovative, inclusive early childhood models from South Africa, Germany, and India. To learn more about this and other activities, you are welcome to look at our website, beitissie.org.il. This new model of education, developed over 3 years and already adopted by government, is an example of how Beit Issie operates through continuous discourse with people with disabilities in order to impact over 500,000 people throughout Israel and around the world. Thank you again, Mr. President, and I look forward to future collaboration with our partners in this distinguished forum.